Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today I'm doing a video I've been wanting to do for a while, which is reading hate comments of Season 8 of The Walking Dead. And I thought I would go on IMDb reviews because it's the easiest place to see stuff, and I tend to find the worst possible reviews on IMDb for some odd reason. And it's just easier to navigate IMDb and stuff like that rather than going around the YouTube comment section of videos and stuff like that trying to find dumb complaints about the season. And honestly, IMDb is such a bad place for reviews because the reviews are so terrible. They're just terrible reviews. I mean, the user reviews, not the critic reviews. I'm talking about the user reviews, which is anybody who can put anything there. The ratings of them are also trash, and it seems to be a trend. I mean, any popular media is going to get more hate than anything else. The most popular TV show, or one of the most popular TV shows, The Walking Dead, gets the most hate. That's just common. The most popular video game franchise, Call of Duty, gets the most hate. Most popular movie franchise, Star Wars, gets the most hate. The most popular sports team, like the New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Golden State Warriors, they get the most hate because they're the most popular. They're the best of the teams. Like The Walking Dead is considered to be the most popular show out there, at least one of the most popular for sure. It's definitely got the most views in terms of TV views. So even though the ratings are a little down, not by much, a little bit, still doesn't matter. It's still very popular, still the most popular. Just like Call of Duty, you know, sales might be down a little bit, still the most popular game franchise, and that's just a fact. That's not like me saying it's an opinion. Now, it being good or bad, that's an opinion, but I'm here to refute opinions. Now, people hate when I review The Walking Dead and when I complain about other people complaining about it because they say the same thing. They're like, oh, it's their opinion. You're getting triggered by their opinion. Well, I'm not getting triggered by their opinion. I'm replying with my opinion to their opinion, which I don't agree with, and I would like to give my reasoning and stuff like that. And just some of the reviews, and this could be an opinion, but some of the reviews just they don't get it right. They don't get any of the complaints right, at least most of them. You know, some of the complaints I might agree with sometimes. Most of the time, I don't. So I thought we'd read some reviews of How It's Gotta Be, which was the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead, and maybe look at some other episodes as well, and I would go through it. I mean, the ratings for this were just terrible. People were giving it 2s, 1s, 3s. I don't know why, but we're going to read through and see what people think of it. So, starting off, first review here. We just need to survive the night so the writers can stretch the show 8 more seasons. It's not stretching the show. You don't have to look. I know people make that argument often. They say, "Oh, the show is stretching out their storylines so they can, you know, make more episodes, more seasons, make more money." Look, they stretch it out to the best of what they need to. You know, if they stretch out an episode or a storyline, they're doing it because they need to. There are certain story arcs and certain character plot lines and development that needs to be done that you can't do in a certain amount of time. Like, people want All Out War to be done in like 4 episodes. Tell me how the hell that's possible. Like, for real, how the hell is that possible for you to do All Out War in 4 episodes? You need a whole season for it. All the development, all the character stuff, you need it. And if you don't have it, it feels rushed and almost out of place. Like, an example, a movie I did enjoy, Suicide Squad, had a problem like this. They rushed everything. I did enjoy Suicide Squad, I did, but one of the major problems with it is that the fact that they did rush through it, and it felt like, you know, they could have extended out the plot lines a little bit more, and we would have gotten more out of it because it just felt rushed. And a lot of movies do this nowadays because movies just don't have the type of time to develop their characters, to develop their plot lines. They just don't have the time to do that. Actually, Star Wars Last Jedi, I felt like had the opposite problem. I felt like they didn't rush it enough in what they needed to. They kind of had a lot of plot lines that were unimportant to the plot, but that's a whole nother video. Maybe I'll talk about Last Jedi in another video. I did in my top ranking of the 9 Star Wars movies. I did talk about that, but a lot of movies do this. They rush through it, and The Walking Dead has the luxury of having 16 episodes a season with like 40 to an hour episodes per episode. And the thing is, they have this time to do all this. They're not going to rush through, you know, storylines and stuff like that just because people want to they have ADHD and they just want everything to happen in 4 episodes. They want all the action and all the character deaths to happen within a few episodes. No, they need to extend the show because not only is it necessary for to tell the story, but it's also just good for the consumer. I would rather the show go on for 20 seasons with the same amount of storytelling than go on for 10 seasons with the same amount of storytelling that they give out. Because if it goes on longer, that's just the longer we're going to be able to enjoy it for. I don't want The Walking Dead to end. I really don't. I do think it should eventually, like season 15, maybe something like that, and then they can continue with spin-off series, storylines, stuff like that. I've been wanting the Telltale to finally come out with a goddamn spin-off TV series based on the Telltale story with Clementine and Kenny and all of them. I think that would be incredible. But I do think the show itself does need to end eventually, but it shouldn't end now. There's still so much more to tell. There's still so much more storylines to go through that the comic tells that they can't do that. Alright, this video is going to be long. I can already tell. I've literally read one sentence and I've already gone on for like a solid 5 minutes. Alright, so let's read this review. In the first 5 minutes of this episode, Rick, Carol, and that big fat guy split up, and then Rick is nowhere to be seen to the last 5 minutes of this episode. Why in the hell they always kill C-grade characters no one even remembers the name of? If Simon had to kill someone other than Maggie, why not kill Jesus? But writers don't have the balls to do that, so what's with the montages of characters' faces for nothing? It's the most stupid part of the episode. At least 100 saviors are there, but they can't find Carl, and Rick manages to find Michonne. When Rick had Lucille in his hands, why did he not hit Negan with full force? He just got so defensive, so Negan had time to get up again. There are too many plot holes, but I'll rest now. I'm really very disappointed as a loyal Walking Dead fan for the past years. Obviously, you're not a loyal Walking Dead fan, but let's just go through this. So he says he's complaining that Rick wasn't in the whole episode. Now, Rick's not going to be at the forefront of every episode. That's been kind of clear. And there has been amazing episodes where Rick hasn't even been in for any of the episode. Look at The Grove, an incredible episode that Rick wasn't in. JSS, incredible episode Rick wasn't in. Tons of incredible episodes out there that Rick is just not taking part in. And that's not a bad thing. Rick has literally gotten the most screen time this season out of any season. I mean, I remember people were complaining, and I kind of didn't like this that much either in past seasons where sometimes Rick only appeared in like 3 episodes. Like, remember season 4, second half of season 4? I believe he only appeared in 3 episodes in that half. Yeah, that might piss people off. Season 8 so far, he's appeared in every episode. So, you complaining that he's only in 5 minutes, which he actually was in a lot more than that, I have to say. He was in a good amount of time in the beginning. And then they took a break from him because we didn't need him. And then he came back and had a badass fight with Negan, and then we see him find Carl. I don't think this episode was perfect, don't get me wrong. It's not as bad as what people are saying it was. That's what I'm trying to say here. I think the episode was incredible. It was like definitely top like 10-5, but I do have some problems with it, and I'll go over that. I already talked about that in my review, but some of the problems has to do with killing off Carl, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I've gotten over it though. I've realized it could be good if they remix the story in a good way. So you need to what? Okay, let's keep reading. Then he says, why do they always kill C-grade characters no one even remembers the name of? Okay, well, I remember the name of him. It was actually Neil. I do remember it. You complain that they kill off C-grade characters no one remembers the name of. Does that make any sense to you? I mean, there's people complaining that this show's not realistic. Is it realistic to just never kill off any C-grade character and just only have the major characters die? Never kill off C-grade characters? Never, never, never? Why would they do that? Tell me why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then he says, if Simon had to kill someone other, why not kill Jesus? Simon literally was just going to kill one of them just because he felt like it. Because he was, he's pissed at them. He said one of them has to die. That's how it goes. Just like Negan, you could say the same thing for when Negan killed Glenn and Abraham. You could be like, oh, why didn't Negan kill a Carl or Michonne or someone else? Look, he was just going to kill somebody. That's all he wanted to do. And if you want to go inside the brain of Simon, go inside the brain of Simon. That's something that Walking Dead doesn't need to explain to us as to why he killed Neil. That's not something they have to explain. That is something that would be a waste of time to explain. Like, I remember a person was complaining that they didn't explain how the saviors in the hilltop took shits. He was complaining that, he was like, oh, it's so stupid they don't tell us how the saviors take shits. That's a plot hole right there. Who fucking cares? Like, I don't care why Simon killed Neil. Yeah, he could have killed Diana. He could have killed Jesus. I don't care why he didn't. He just felt like killing Neil. Neil was there. There's 2 other people there. He didn't want to kill Jesus. And it's not that the writers don't have the balls to do it. It's just that Jesus has so much more plot to go for. You don't need to kill him off now. And you're saying they don't have the balls to do that. They had the balls to kill off fucking Carl Grimes in this episode. And you're telling me they don't have the balls to kill off a character like Jesus? They do have the balls. But they just don't have to. They physically don't have to. What's with the montages of characters' faces for nothing? It's the most stupid part of this episode. The montages of characters' faces, I think, is actually pretty cool to see. It shows their emotion throughout the episode. They did this in episode 2 as well. And it shows them in the beginning how they were looking and how their state of mind in the beginning of the episode. And then it shows after the insane events that go down in the episode, just like episode 2, insane events went down. And at the end, we see their emotions at the end of the day. And I think it's pretty impactful in terms of an artistic standpoint. I know you're probably one of those people who doesn't fucking care about art and stuff like that, but it's pretty beautiful, to be honest, if you look deep into it. Now he says at least 100 saviors are there, I'm assuming at the sanctuary, but they can't find Carl and Rick manages. Oh no, at least 100 saviors are at Alexandria. That's what he means. First of all, no, there was maybe like 30 or 40 that went to attack. I don't remember there being at least 100, so that's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. And not all of them went inside Alexandria. Some of them stayed outside. Probably like 20 or so went inside. And Carl was running off, throwing smokes, and then went into the sewers. That's why no one managed to find him. It's not that big of a deal. And Rick manages to find Michonne. None of these are plot holes. Look, coincidences or plot conveniences, whatever you want to call them, that's not bad writing or that's not plot holes. That's just coincidences happen. People get mad when coincidence. I hate saying that word. Coincidences happen in shows and movies. People hate that, but they happen in real life. There's so many times I go into public and somehow in some unlucky way run into like someone I don't want to see in public. That happens all the fucking time. It does happen, and if you don't believe in that, then you don't get out enough, because coincidences happen all the fucking time. And that means they're going to happen in shows. And how did Rick find Michonne? Rick was going to Carl, to their house, the house they live in, and that's where Michonne was. Michonne was right outside of it. So I don't know. Okay, Rick had Lucille in his hands while he did not hit Negan with full force. He got so defensive. Okay, I hear this a lot. Obviously, they're not going to kill off Negan right now. Let's put it at that. So why did they put him in this position? Personally, I would have done it differently. I would have had it so Rick swung at Negan with Lucille, and then like Negan kicked Rick out of the way or something like that, just to make it look like Rick was actually trying to kill him. But we gotta remember this. First of all, I don't think Rick's trying to kill Negan. I really don't. We haven't heard that 100% from him. We have heard him say he's gonna kill Negan eventually. He never said he's gonna want to kill him now. I still think he wants to suffer. But then he was talking to Carl, saying, what are we gonna pick strawberries with him? He wants him dead. But at the same time, I think he's going through something where he doesn't want him to be dead. It's really confusing, but you need to listen it out. You need to think about it for a little bit and wait till the next half of the season, because I really don't think Rick wants Negan dead. I really don't. But even if he wanted him dead, even if we're pretending he did, Rick was injured. Rick had hits of Lucille into his arm. He was hurt. So you're asking why he got defensive? I don't know. He probably wasn't thinking straight. He's scared. He doesn't know where Carl is. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where Michonne is. He's scared as fuck. He just got hit with Lucille like 8 times in the fucking arm. So obviously he's gonna get defensive. Whew. Okay, that was just one thingy. Let's go to the next one. Alright. Maybe the winner. The worst episode of the infamous 8th season. No. No. Okay, let's just forget about that. How It's Gotta Be is maybe the one of the worst episodes of the infamous 8th season. After the messy attack to the Savior's sanctuary and outpost, where only few viewers seem to have understood. Okay, this is something people talk about a lot right here. They say that only people who have high IQs can understand it, which is very true. I've seen that the dumber people who are just stupid don't understand these attacks. They don't need to. Ever hear, if you were in school, ever in your life, show don't tell? Whenever you're writing stories, they always say that. That's exactly what they're doing here. If they just explain exactly what the plan is before, it kind of just puts it a little bit like to its make it predictable almost. Now there are certain parts of the attacks I do think they should have explained better, because it could have made the viewers, a little confused, or at least explain them afterwards, like why they were shooting at the windows. I mean, I know why they're shooting at the windows, but they should have made it more obvious to some viewers. But the overall plan and the attack itself, where they were going, they don't need to spoon feed us all that information. We can just pinpoint and make our inferences in our own fucking heads, piece things together, and figure it out on our own. So it was not a messy attack. Well, I mean, it was a little messy, but not in terms of directing and in terms of the filmmaking part of messy. I mean messy in terms of the survivor planning themselves. I don't agree with their plan 100%. Some of their plan wasn't the best. Sometimes they did things that didn't work out in their favor. But does that mean it's bad writing or something? No. People in real life are going to make bad decisions. They're going to make, bad plans, stuff like that. It's going to happen. It's the truth. And if you don't believe that, then you just don't get out enough. The battle guys return stronger than ever, never inflicting losses to Alexandria. Never inflicting what? As if nothing happened to them. Yeah, there's just tons of them. So there was tons of losses to them. There's just tons more of them. Okay, that doesn't even make sense. I'm just gonna pass by that statement. They easily trap Maggie near combo, put her under siege, and attack at Hilltop at the same time. They didn't attack Hilltop. He probably meant attacking Alexandria at the same time, because there are tons of them. This episode gives a sensation of one of the first episodes with Negan the Saviors threatening the communities as if nothing happened in between. Well, tons of stuff did, but okay. Out of the blue, Eugene decides to help Gabriel and Doctor without thinking of consequences. He was thinking of consequences. That's why it took him a while to actually do that. And it wasn't out of the blue. He realized they're fucked. He drank a lot. He puked a little bit, and took some rest, and realized that they're going to attack them. And he thought about it overnight. People think about things and change their mind really quickly, more than you would think. So that's not really a good argument. Now we're going to lose another important lead character. Yeah, we haven't lost another one this season. Carl was the first important lead character this season. The only other characters we lost that I guess you can say were somewhat important were Eric, Shiva. That's really it. The other ones are just a bunch of side characters, so I don't see why it's a problem to lose an important lead character, but okay. In addition, the screenplay and edition are annoying. I don't know. Does he mean editing? I don't know. With survivors thinking in someone for some reason. I don't even know what that means. Rex's only concern here seems to be his daughter. That's one of his concerns. Why wouldn't that be his concern? Do you want him just to not have a concern over his fucking daughter? What? The producers must change the writers to shift to this direction of this formerly excellent show. My vote is 2. Alright, this guy is probably the worst review I've seen. At least the other guy, I had stuff to reply with, but this stuff is just makes no sense. Okay, may I see your license and registration, sir? Like most of you, I'm asking myself, why am I still wasting my time on this garbage? Maggie's convoy. There's a tree in the road. We've seen this before. It's a trap. Hey, I know. Let's just sit in here while they surround us. It's not like there isn't an all-out war. We've just had an open slaughter, and we're sitting in our vehicles lined to flank us without a shot fired, sitting there like a teenager who has just seen the flashing lights of a cop behind her, feeling is safe because he just swallowed his stash and he's pretty sure he wasn't speeding. Alright. They were surrounded by vehicles. Surrounded. You mean to tell me you think you have a better chance opening the door and running and shooting than just sitting there and just hoping for the best? You have a better chance sitting there and hoping for your best. I hate to say it, you do. If they got out and started running and shooting, they would have been shot up in seconds. Especially they only had 4 people in their car. The other cars were way back. Yeah, they see the tree. Exactly. They knew it was a trap. And they were going to turn around, but then they got surrounded. So, what do you want them to do? Fucking run out and start shooting? Get them all killed? Look how they turned out. They ended up getting free with only one person dying from that little convoy there. For fuck's sake, it's open world. Open war. The enemy who slaughtered your side just slaughtered theirs, and they've seen some unexplainable twists. Didn't go down like you had right to be, because who knows? Don't ask. Maybe it was handled better in the comics. We can't exact. Okay, so he hasn't read the comics. Most non-comic book readers tend to complain more. I feel like we can't exactly discuss it because the comments section has been disabled because open discussion on things like this against society, or at least Motion Picture, who give us lukewarm. Carl's been bit though, so that's good. Maybe he got bit by a mouse. Okay, that's just dumb. Side, terrible pacing. How is it terrible pacing? That doesn't make any sense to me. Terrible directing. No. Directing in this episode was some of the best we've ever seen. There was a few episodes this season that I didn't like the directing that much. It was in, I believe, episode 4, was it? Or maybe episode 3. And a little bit in episode 1. Every other episode had amazing directing. Especially episode 2 and this one. Terrible plot direction. There's a war. That's not a bad plot direction. Holy crap, I could go on. I'm usually supporter of The Walking Dead. I don't think I've outright hated any episodes at this point. I would read other people's reviews on episodes saying The Walking Dead's lost its way and now is a mess. And I would honestly shrug it off. I was still enjoying the episodes, even the weaker ones, but this episode is honest spit in the face to anyone who's holding on. I don't see how it's a spit in the face. Writer's Day Off is the dumbest episode. They expect us to believe what happened to the Saviors in the last episode for them to attack on 3 fronts fully loaded with weapons and a lot of cars and trucks. Give us a break. We're not dumb. It's not that hard for them to get out of there. There was tons of walkers. Yeah, they cleared those fuckers out, and the walkers didn't obstruct their trucks and ammo and stuff like that. All it did was make them fight for a little bit. Now, I did wish they showed us how they got out exactly. That would have been nice, but they don't have time to show all that. They really don't. The Walking Dead zombie writers. Oh, here's a long one. Okay, I think we're gonna. Holy shit, this is a long one. All right, I'm gonna read this one. This one seems like a good one, so I'll probably finish off the video reading this one. All right, let's get ready for this. Last week, I wish that the episode ended with Eugene killed by a dead zombie father Gabriel, Maggie machine gunning all the prisoners by herself, Rick killing most of the garbage people and escaping in his underwear, Daryl and the gang attack and destroy the Saviorville, and the song goes, kill them all, Metallica. Negan escapes, Rick catches up to him, they fight, they both die, and they team up as dead Negan and dead Rick, and you guess they killed them all. Well, that didn't. Okay, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. This mid-season, my last reviewing was a bored fest of characters doing stupid irrational things. People do that in real life, and I don't think this episode that many characters did bad things anyways. Now that I'm thinking about it, characters made bad decisions in previous episodes, but just because characters make bad decisions does not make it bad writing. Characters or people are gonna do that. That's human nature. Not everyone's perfect. If you make every character perfect, it's just dumb. It's unrealistic. Okay. Negan is outside Alexandria, just sitting there with a bat. Why not shoot him dead? I think that would be a good idea. No, the Alexandrians escape and Carl gets a bite mark. Let's all feel freaking sad for Carl. Okay. Negan was outside Alexandria, standing there with his bat, with 30 other saviors there with rocket launchers. Okay, what the fuck do you want to do? Get up and just start shooting? Now Carl got up because he knew Negan wasn't going to kill him. If Carl started shooting, then Carl would die. Now, you could say, well, Carl was bitten. He knew he was bitten. That's why he was being all suicidal. Why didn't he just get up and start shooting Negan, getting everyone else to kill him? That's not the plan. It's just not the plan. They need everyone to be safe. Carl needs to make sure everyone's safe. And he doesn't want to get himself killed, so he can't keep other people safe for the time being. Of course, he's going to die soon, but for now, he just needs it. And he did say, kill me. He was telling Negan to kill him because he didn't care if Negan did, because he was going to die anyways. But he was really just doing it to buy time. He wasn't actually doing it to get Negan to kill him, because he would not want Negan to kill him. He didn't think Negan would kill him anyways. But, yeah. Negan even said he was going to fix him. He wasn't going to kill him. So, Maggie and Holy Jesus are trapped. They give up their guns. Why? I just went over that a couple minutes ago. They couldn't do anything about it. And Simon, Negan's man, lets them go. Makes me think this is stupid on the part of Simon. First off, as soon as Maggie and her gang saw the Saviors, why didn't they start shooting? Because how are you going to get out of the fucking car and do that? You're going to get yourself killed. You can't drive anywhere. There's trees in the way. That would be dumb. Why did Simon let them go? Well, Simon wants Hilltop to still supply for the Saviors. And that's why they were getting rid of Alexandria and the Hilltop. Or no, Alexandria and the Kingdom, and they were keeping the Hilltop. That's what they were doing, because Hilltop always gave them the most supplies. Why did King Ezekiel lock himself in? Morgan shows up again, like they beamed him down from the Enterprise, like, hey guys, what's going on? I thought maybe I'd show my faces before the credits. Some of these aren't even like complaints, really. Why did Ezekiel lock himself in? He was trying to save everyone else because they were out of there, and if he just didn't lock himself in, they could have gone after Carol and the rest of them, which they ran off, and he didn't want that to happen. He wanted to make sure everyone would be safe, and that he was going to sacrifice himself. And I guess what's probably going to happen is Morgan's probably going to save him, most likely. How the hell did the Sabers escape Saberville? They explained it, kind of, not really, but they did say Eugene helped them, and they kind of went over in episode 7 how he was going to do it with getting more ammo and using ammo on them. So I guess they shot them all up. They had the ammo. It's not like they don't have much ammo. So makes sense. And how is this a magic show? No, they went over it. They just didn't show it because they didn't have the time. And they mounted a 3-front counteroffensive because they have a lot of people. But I guess you don't believe that. I don't know why people don't believe that. They made that pretty clear. The Sabres got a shitload of people, like over 400, and they've killed like 200 over the past season and a half. Something is seriously wrong with the story and the amateur writers. The viewer must be incredibly gullible to buy this. No. Show's officially stupid. We get emotional moments for Carl and Maggie, like, oh, we have to feel their pain. Give me a break. That's part of the show. If you don't have a heart and you don't feel emotion, that's not my problem. Sorry, that is not my problem. I was getting dumber and dumber watching these and thinking about the earlier episodes where they actually had some suspense, thrills, and gore. They still do. Tons of suspense, tons of thrill, and tons of gore. I think I was scared my pants off last episode because I did not know what the fuck was going to happen. I knew someone big was going to die, and I was scared about it. So that is a lot of suspense. Thrills, there were some pretty thrilling moments like the Rick and Negan fight, the bombs going off in Alexandria. Gore, not necessarily in this episode, but previous episodes this season, tons and tons of gore. So I don't know what you're talking about. They still have tons. Fucking Jerry split a guy in half, for Christ's sake. Thinking about the early episodes where they actually, no, come on, even the Negan bat to Glenn and Red, I love he calls him Red, were great scenes. Yes, they were. And we have gotten gore like that even since then. Spencer getting his fucking gutted open, remember that? We get a picture frame book of all the characters' faces in the beginning and the end with stupid background music. Background music was epic. Don't even tell. Okay, maybe you didn't like the characters' faces, the little montage, even though it was like a minute and a half long, so it's not like it was that long. You can't even tell me you didn't like that background music. That background music was incredible. It's like, don't forget us. We're going to die next. Please kill them all and let this be done. That's so dumb, okay? Since the writers will not kill the show, I'll personally kill it myself. You can't kill it for everyone else. You can kill it for yourself, but you can't kill it for anyone else like me who enjoys it still. I'm done. I'm not saying the entire episode was garbage. There are moments like the stupid crack that Eugene says it's intentional/unintentional comedy. Yeah, Eugene's funny. The scene with Rick and Negan, I would like to see at least Rick swipe Negan in the face with his bat, and maybe he loses an eye and a huge scar. And that one of that had been a beautiful thing to see on ugly Negan's smiley face. That actually would be kind of cool to see that. But just because it didn't happen doesn't mean it's bad writing or terrible for the show. But I do agree with that. That would have been cool to see that. I mean, realistically, that would have done more than just take his eye out. I feel like that would fucking rip his face off. A swing across his face. I think what would have been cooler would have just been him swinging the bat and then him going to his backside, maybe getting hit in the back once, and then Negan kicking Rick down or something. I don't know. Yeah, it could have been done better. Episode's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. So you can't, complain about something that's not 100% perfect. Now we're in a beautiful thing. No, we get a cheap choreographed fight. It was not cheap. It was actually very well done for the most part, other than what I just said there, which, like I said, wasn't that big of a deal, but could have been better. And Rick's out the window. Well, we didn't see Rick go out the window in another fight at Alexandria, so we must ask the writers. What's so bad about having Rick go out the window twice? It actually brings some consistency, which writers do a lot, which I think is interesting. I think it's cool when they do that. Used to have good, sometimes even great, but now in your hands is garbage. Since you can beam Morgan down from Enterprise, why not Rick finds mad scientist that has a cure? What? Okay. Last week I gave the episode a 5 because of Josh McDermott's Eugene. Comedy gold. 5. A 5's not a good rating if you think 5 is a good rating, but okay. By judging by what was presented tonight, some patchwork of decent acting, amazing acting. The only characters I ever thought in this entire series didn't have good acting was Carl, and he ended up actually becoming a good actor in the past like season and a half. So that's probably the best thing about the show is the acting. Honestly, that's probably one of the best things about the show. To be completely honest, the acting in the show is incredible. Whoa, and what the hell was that scene with Aaron O'Mead? Stay tuned, but not me. Best thing they could do is the women at Oceanside, tie them and burn them as witches. What? Okay, I thought this was going to be the last one I was going to read, but this one was terrible. After Rick flew out the window, why didn't he go back in the house to kill Big Bad Negan? Because he wanted to find Carl and Michonne and make sure they're okay, and Judith. He didn't need to waste time with Negan. He just got in a fight with Negan and had to get the fuck out of there. He had to make sure they're okay. He went back in there. He could have gotten himself killed. Not killed, actually. He could have gotten himself captured. They weren't going to kill Rick right away. They were going to cut him up into itty-bitty pieces and feed him to the dead ones, like Negan says. And what's Rick's mission? Kill Negan. That is not Rick's mission. I'm sorry, but that is not Rick's mission. He said he was going to kill Negan himself, but he never said when. So, whatever. That bite mark. Now he's complaining about the bite mark. I don't know. You know, I'm done. I can't read this shit anymore. I didn't think it was going to give me this much of cancer, but I think it has. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.